Hello, this is Tochi. If online games continue for a long time, they keep updated, and new gaming contents are constantly added on a regular basis. And naturally, as new contents appear, although a few might continue to be popular, old contents are simply forgotten, rarely played anymore. And also, there may be old contents that continue to be enjoyed by many players, but as totally different stuff, having gone through major changes, probably in the way even their development team staff never imagined initially. In this video, I'm going to show you one of such gaming contents in Dragon Quest X Online. It's called Mystic Dungeon. Some may call it a Mystery Dungeon or Magical Dungeon, but let me call it Mystic Dungeon. Now you can see the gate behind me, which leads to a facility called Moko Moko House. So let's enter. In Japanese, Moko Moko is an onomatopoeia, which means soft and fluffy. So why is this place called that way? Because those who run this place are these fluffy, cute monsters. Okay, and as of today, the version 7 is the latest version, and Mystic Dungeon was introduced in the version 1st, so over 10 years ago. And well, to enter the dungeon, first you need to talk to this guy whose name is Ronde, and receive a special item called a magical key. Then Ronde asks players to use the key, enter the dungeon, and beat the monsters there. At the end of the dungeon, a boss monster is waiting, and if you beat it, you can get a small reward once in a day. Mystic Dungeon has some interesting backstory. 1,000 years ago, a demon king called Nerodos invaded and attacked Astortir. Nerodos was an immortal figure, protected by some dark force. But, after all, hero, or in Japanese, Yusha, defeated and sealed Nerodos with the help of, well, no other than players, who somehow went back in time. This plot actually appeared in the version 4, by the way, but even after that, Nerodos' henchmen continued to go on a rampage, in particular those that were called 12 demonic lieutenants. They were also immortals, couldn't be killed, so a group of powerful sages captured them, created the dungeon, and sealed them inside. So, in a nutshell, our purpose is to enter the dungeon, beat the monsters, so that they won't come out. Well, probably, because there are still secrets regarding the dungeon. There are even some players who speculate this monster Ronde is actually Nerodos himself, who has been reincarnated as what he is now. He may be suffering memory loss, or he drives us into the dungeon with some ulterior motive. But so far, nothing specific is revealed about it. Practically every time you enter, a different dungeon appears. Most likely, hundreds of dungeons are prepared and one is randomly selected. One dungeon consists of 4 or 5 floors, and very occasionally, secret rooms appear where you find treasure boxes or you encounter a Metal King slime or a gem slime. The monsters, including boss monsters that appear, vary depending on the player's level. Players form a team of 4 members. You can gather the other 3 members before using the key, and even if you are alone, you can team up with others through automatic matching. And if you can't find any other players, probably you team up with NPCs. Okay, now I'm going to use the magic key. Now the other 3 players are being searched, but probably I can't find any because I'll explain later, but Mystic Dungeon isn't played anymore in this way. So yes, after all, I'm going to team up with NPCs. Okay. Good. Okay. And here, please look at this. Well, in every dungeon, at the starting point, there is some kind of altar. This is very important. Well, but we'll come back to this later. Okay. So let's go to the next floor. Okay, well, to go to the next floor, simply we eliminate all the monsters. That is a piece of cake. Okay, another monster. Okay, probably that's the final monster or final monsters. Good. Okay, so we have just eliminated all the monsters. Now I can go to the next floor. Well, there's not much to talk about, so let's just fast forward. Okay, this is the final room before the boss battle, and on this floor, well, if you are very lucky, a special guest character appears from other Dragon Quest games. For example, Mina from Dragon Quest 4, Terry from Dragon Quest 6, and Torneko from Dragon Quest 4, and so on. And well, they give us some gift. Well, this time I'm not so lucky, so I'm just going to enter the boss room. Okay, that's the boss monster. The boss monster is normally one of the already mentioned 12 demonic lieutenants. Very good. Well, if you want to continue exploring the dungeon without getting out once, well, we talk to this guy. But this time, I will get up. I will get out. Good. Okay. And well, players used to play a Mystic Dungeon in this way, simply to enjoy exploring the dungeon, or for leveling up, or as a part of their daily routine. However, years passed and the way we play Mystic Dungeon or the role of Mystic Dungeon has completely changed. Let me talk about it in the next chapter. At some point, not so long after Mystic Dungeon was introduced, a new feature was added. We call it the Coin Boss System. What is it? Why is it called this way? As I mentioned, there is an altar at starting point of every dungeon. And if we place a certain item there, we can summon a special boss monster. We can replace a normal boss monster with a specific monster. And this special item takes the form of a coin, a flat circular object. That's why the system is called the coin boss system. And coin boss is the general term that refers to special boss monsters that are summoned with coins. And nowadays there is also a boss card which has the same function as a coin, but differing from a coin, a card has an expiration date. As far as I can remember, the first coin boss was Atlas, the gigantic one-eye monster from Dragon Quest II, and later followed by Pazuzu and Belial and many others until today. And there are a few ways of getting boss coins: by winning the lottery in the game, by purchasing from other players, or you can find some in treasure boxes. New coin boss monsters have been added, not so often, but on a regular basis. Now the list is quite long, and most of the coin bosses are from other Dragon Quest games. For example, the list includes Balamoth and King Hydra from Dragon Quest III. So, in a way, Dragon Quest X players can enjoy special battles with legendary boss monsters from other Dragon Quest games. And if we successfully beat those coin boss monsters, we get accessories, rings, chokers, belts, etc. That increase players' strength, hit points, defense, and so on. So nowadays, Mystic Dungeon exists not for exploration purpose, but for coin boss battles. It works merely as the battlefield for coin bosses. In fact, now if you talk to this monster, her name is Jorothy, by the way. I think one of the friends of Rondes. You can even skip the floors between the starting point and the boss room. You can go almost directly to the boss monster to save time. Now I have a Atlas coin by chance, so now I talk to Jersey and enter the dungeon. This time with 3 NPCs. Okay. So there is an altar, so I place my Atlas coin here. Okay. And let's go to the next room. Then now I'm already on the floor before the boss room. Okay. So Atlas is waiting on the other side of this door. So this is a great time saver. Okay, that's Atlas. So I'm going to finish him very quickly. And this is the reward. I've got a type of choker that increase strength. And okay, that's it. So I'm going to wrap up this video by showing you some of the coin boss monsters, some of which should be familiar to any Dragon Quest fan, whether Japanese or not.
Thank you.